Hey everyone, good morning, good morning. I'm starting my morning off trying to pop these curls in real quick. How's everyone morning going so far? I'm gonna wait till some people jump on here on my live on the Lexa show here. Y'all know I be fooling. Where everybody at? Ain't nobody up yet. What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? Outwards, twist, twist, curl. Outwards, twist, twist, curl. These curls is gonna be so cute after I'm done with them. Hey, I got one viewer. Hey, hello viewer. Good morning. Grand Rising, Grand Rising. I'm up early this morning, curling my hair, spreading positivity to the world. I think we need a lot of positivity right now due to the coronavirus and that we're in the house. Oh, I got 2 viewers. What are both of my viewers doing this morning? As y'all see, I still try to keep up and make sure, even though I'm in the house, still try to keep it looking good, looking good. Grand Rising, Grand Rising. I just wanted to go ahead and jump on here and spread some positivity to the world. That's what we need right now. Let's start with positive affirmations. After I'm done praying, I do my positive affirmations every day. I try to stay always doing my positive affirmations. My positive affirmations keep me motivated. Motivation is the key. Self-motivation. It keeps you pushing forward to what you want to see in your life. And also, it just spreads positive thinking just far as goals, what you want right now, what you're thankful for. A little bit of my positive affirmations are kind of what anybody would tell themselves, like on a day-to-day basis. I don't like how this curl came out. On a day-to-day basis, I am beautiful. I am smart. I love myself. I love my children. I love my family. I love the house that I stay in. Just positive things like that. That's what I've been feeding my mind. That's what keeps you from depression, getting depressed. From you start to feel stressed and overwhelmed. Positive thinking. And also what you put into the world is what you get back out. I believe that if anybody ever watched The Secret, if you ever watch The Secret, positive thinking is the biggest key. They tell you all the time that about positive thinking. And basically too, I watched this one part about how the Secret helped different people. For instance, it was an actor, I believe it was Jim Carrey, I believe, wrote a check for $10,000 and wasn't acting yet, was trying out to be an actor, and that wish came true. It's a totally different story. God has timing for everything. Everything has a certain time limit on it. Just if it doesn't happen right then and there, with positive affirmations, and also with your image board, if it doesn't happen right then and there, that's fine, because sometimes it's not supposed to. It's not open until God is ready to open that door for you. And that's fine too. That's okay. We all wait on something that's better, you know. Sometimes we don't get things right away when we want it, but time is everything. Patience is a virtue. At the end of the day, patience is a virtue. As long as we stay patient and we keep believing in faith and we fight towards our goals, that's all that matters at the end of the day. Right? That's all that matters at the end of the day. Positive thinking, positive thinking. That's all I keep saying. That's all I keep putting in my mind. That's what I play most of the day. If you catch me, I'm playing positive affirmations daily on YouTube. And I'm also listening to prayers. They have some really good prayers on there too on YouTube. It's okay to go ahead and... I'm sorry, I had to close the door. My daughter is watching wrestling and it's like really loud. Where was I though? Talking about positive affirmations. Positive affirmations. Keep being positive. Keep doing what you're doing. Stay focused on your goals. No matter what age. When I was going to college, I seen people of all different ages, all different sizes, all different ethnicities. The oldest person I think I seen there was like 80. He was like 80 years old. But I respect the hustle because he still never let go of his dreams. You always want to keep fighting. Something that my uncle always told me when I was younger was, anything you put your mind to, you can do. And I trust and believe that all the time. Anything I put my mind to, I can do. And that also was along with, like, when he told me this, I was 6 years old and I didn't really understand. Along with other things he told me, like, nobody is your friend. You don't have friends. And I couldn't believe it because I'm like, how he know I don't got no friends? I have all the friends at school. But life really started hitting me. It didn't hit me in middle school because those were pretty good friends. Probably a couple talk about you here and there behind your back, but that's fine too. When I got to high school, that then I understood what he was talking about. When I got to high school, it was so many different snakes in the grass. I kid you not. It was so many girls that'll go ahead and be hee hee ha ha, yeah girl, and behind closed doors they hate your freaking guts. Like, I don't understand. I never been no type of fake person. Always been the type of authentic person. But if I don't like somebody, I'm not about to go ahead and be in your face and be hee cackling with you. You know, it does tell us in the Bible to forgive, but we don't forget. We don't forget anything anybody has ever done to you. It's hard to really accept it at first that they did do it to you. And when you do, it's kind of saddening. It's saddening that you, especially people that you really thought you can trust. At the end of the day, you'll be thinking that you know, cool with somebody. They all cool. And then behind closed doors, they not. Or, you know, everything that happens in the dark comes to the light. And I understood that when I got to high school. I really did. And I truly understood it. Let me tell you, this part is going to be really crazy. This is the part that I hate to share with people, but it's the truth. Both of my stories. Okay. So when I was in high school, I used to be bullied by this girl that lives down the street from me. She came up with some big lie, or somebody told her some big lie that she had a kid. I think we was like in 9th grade, and she was like 18 in 9th grade. And this, I was kicking it with her and everything. We was all cool. It was a couple weird occasions that happened because, of course, she's way older than me. Well, truth be told, I'll go ahead and go there too. If you ever have kids that's younger, never. Thank you, Roland. If you ever have kids and it's younger than someone else outside of your family, or even probably in your family too, you don't want them to go ahead and be a bad influence on your kid. My family always never let me hang out with people older than me because they said it'll make you fast, and that is so true. It does make you fast. And that is so true. It does make you fast. Fast as in a bad way. Like, it makes you grow up fast. The way they said fast was like, but it makes you grow up quick. And I was a virgin at the time. So I didn't know nothing about, well, it was all around school, you know, so they were talking about it and probably doing some stuff, but I wasn't yet. And she tried to go ahead and get me to sleep with her, she tried to get me to sleep with her football boyfriend at the time. I was so young. He was like 17 and I was like 14 at the time, because it happened like in May. And I was just so distraught, like, wow, she really, like, behind closed doors, what she was really trying to do is try to set me out. If you don't know what set me out mean, it's a Cleveland word. Set me out is basically like when somebody try to set you up or plan somebody to get intimate with you. And basically she was doing it so she can go back and talk about me. But I didn't. Long story short, I didn't. I never touched her boyfriend because I was like, you know, that's your boyfriend. Like, I don't do that. I don't do stuff like that. Like, are you kidding me? But we were still cool after the end. I decided to still stay friends with her. As this relationship continues, well, not relationship, but a friendship continues, it's a whole long story. Long story short, I don't even know where this came from. A lot of people turned on me for her, saying I wanted to fight her and that I was gonna hit her in the head with a hammer. And those people know who they are. They was dead wrong for saying it. And some people were like really close friends to me that I thought I could trust. And only person that stood up for me when those people were saying like, oh, we're gonna jump her in the bathroom, was my cousin. My cousin was like, y'all ain't about to jump nothing. Cause y'all jump my cousin, I'm jumping in. And I was like, thanks, cuz that's real blood right there. That's real blood. That's real blood. And let me see. After that, they just came up with lies saying that I said that her son was mentally challenged and all this other stuff. And stuff got really crazy and out of hand. Remember they turned the lights off and they tried to throw juice and some food on me or something. Like, I went through hell. And that was my biggest lesson about learning who are your friends. You are who you hang around also. And I just learned a big lesson there. But long story short, I never said anything to her. I always was really quiet. Never said anything to her. You know, I kept everything to myself. I never said anything to her. I just said that I never said that. I don't know why people keep on saying I never said that. I'm going to deny if I didn't never say it. I didn't say it. But if I did, I would have said it. But why would I say that about someone else and I have a mentally challenged brother? So the next thing is, I never said nothing. She kept picking with me. Still had other people trying to pick with me and stuff. A couple months later, I'm sorry I say this with a smile, but a couple months later, they said that somebody said something about her, blah, 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 and then she had these two big girls, I think they were sisters, and they was trying to fight her. And she was scared. She ran back in the house. I never seen her like no more after that. I never seen her no more after that. I think she ended up either getting kicked out of the school or she stopped coming to school because the girls was like, every time they seen her, they wanted to fight her like on sight. And that was just so far too, like a karma coming back on her. She thought she was so big and bad, and then when somebody bigger than you step to you, then you scared. But you pick with somebody for months at a time, and then when somebody big try to come step to you, then you ain't trying to step with them. You know, that was my thing. And it was all in timing that happened. All in timing. Let me see, which way am I? All in timing with that situation. But long story short, I learned who my real friends were, who wasn't. And that ain't even the worst part. I remember after my sophomore year, This is a big chunk too. Nobody knew I was pregnant, but I was pregnant, and I fought this girl. Right? And no, let me rewind it back. I got in an argument with this girl. She ended up jumping me the same day. So a couple days later, I called my cousin from Bedford, and my cousin from Bedford comes down to Maple School or whatever. And then the girl was scared to fight me. Like, she didn't want to fight me because she thought my cousin was going to jump in. She thought my cousin was going to jump in, though. And she thought my cousin was going to jump in. And we ended up fighting, you know. And they was like, oh, she boxed, you don't want to fight her, blah, blah, blah. I won't even lie, her hands was fast, but that nobody knew that I knew how to wrestle. I knew about wrestling. I watched wrestling for so long. I practiced with wrestling with my friends and my uncle and everyone, and nobody knew that. And when I say I went ahead and got on top of that girl, I had a chance to get on top of her, I beat the dog walking mess out that girl. I beat the dog walking mess out of that girl. But prior to that, I fell and I hit my head so hard on the concrete. Like, I had a knot. Sorry guys, I'm sweating. But I had a knot on my head. I kid you not. I had a big old knot on my head. And I had a big old knot on my head from falling in the ground, trying to do this move, but like you take your leg and slip it in the front of somebody else's leg and make them fall, but my dumb butt ended up falling with her. I ended up getting really lightheaded. Now mind you, I'm doing all this and I'm pregnant. And nobody jumped in this fight. And this was a girl that was bullying me since freshman year. I remember it still to this day. Oh my gosh. I won't say her name, but I still remember her name too. I got in so much trouble behind that one fight. I literally got in so much trouble right after I was done having my daughter. Like, not even 2 weeks after, Maple sends in a letter stating that I have to go to court. And I was like, oh, I gotta go to court. No, let me rewind back to all that. Now, mind you, I remember this stuff happened like October. It was a year where we had really good weather. I think it was like 2011, because I didn't have my daughter in 2012. And that's when the fight happened. And the next day, everybody was like, oh, yeah, Lexi, you beat her up. I'm feeling good. Like, oh, yeah, you know, I did something. Mm-hmm. She kept messing with me. Oh, yeah, who else want it? I was feeling myself. But not too much when they was like, you know, Alexa Midlock come to the office. I was like, me? And they was like, yeah. And I was like, oh, man. I gotta go ahead and come to the office. And then, here, let me turn these off. And then it was like, oh, you gotta come to the office. And I was like, oh, me? I gotta come to the office? I was like, oh, for real? What I gotta go and come to the office for? Hold on, wait. I think I left out another part. I left out the part that, after we was done fighting, she started fading out a little bit, and I kept hitting her because I was so mad. This the couple of months, a while, like, she just kept bothering me, bullying me, and just keep talking, and I just could not let it go. I was like, you know what? It's my time to shine. I'm about to beat the dog walking mess out of her. So, I'm on top of her, beating the mess out of her, punching her in the face. Here comes the paramedics. And the cops pop up, and right when they popped up, I was like, oh, I'm out. And I was a couple houses down, because we were on my street where I live at. And so they never found me that day. Somebody snitched on me at school, blah, blah, blah. They was like, come to the office. They had the superintendent, cops up there. They made me write a statement and all. And then fast forward a couple months later, I never told my mom. And fast forward a couple months later, they're like, oh, you got to come to court. 2 weeks after I have my baby. So I'm like, oh, I got to go to court. Oh, my gosh. I've never been to court. What the heck? And that encounter wasn't delightful at all to me. It really had pissed me off. My PO
come to find out, he was really alright. He was a pretty cool guy. But he kind of, at first, he rubbed me the wrong way. He really pissed me off. And I was really irritated with him. He was like, first he had some little joke like, oh, guess who's your PO? And he turned around in the chair and was like, me. And my mom just bust out laughing. And I was so salty. Like, what is funny about that? Like, I was literally so mad. Like, what is so funny? Like, that really had made me really mad. And I'm like, that's not even funny. That's not cute or funny. I just had a baby and I'm here at court for something that wasn't my fault. And then she tried to pull the, oh, she said she was hollering and she walked up and she punched me. And that's not even the case. I let her hit me first on purpose. So I can go ahead and say that she hit me first. But it was just some really crazy high school drama that I'll never forget. And it really rubbed me the wrong way. And that girl still to this day hate me. But that's fine. I just know I did what I needed to do. I stood up for myself. And that's what a lot of people need to teach their children, to stand up for themselves, not to always be fighting. You know, if you're going through something, tell somebody. Yes, you need to tell somebody for sure, because that stuff does, bullying takes an effect on you mentally, and it does take effect on you physically also. But that was my story for today, y'all. I'm done doing my hair. I just need to fix the top some. I like the way my curls came out. But that was my little story for today. I just couldn't really forget that a big part of my life and my teenage life when I had to go to court. I had to go to court for something that wasn't my fault, because somebody was bullying and picking with me. Like, it was picking with me. So but it was picking with me, so I had to do what I had to do. I was all the sweet, kind girl I could be. But I learned a big lesson from what my uncle taught me. You don't have no friends. Even now to this day, I still, the little bit of people that I do hang out with or I do keep in my circle is 4. I only stay in touch with 4 people, and they're not even considered my friends. They're more so my family, I say. But I ain't gonna be on here all day, y'all. I gotta get ready to get going and finish getting myself together. Unless y'all want to go ahead and stay for me putting my makeup on too. But y'all can, more than likely, you're able to stay if you really want to. Leave your comments below too. Alright, nobody's saying nothing, so I'm gonna go ahead and get ready to get off, getting my makeup together, and then I'll be back on later. Toodles, guys.